This is just okay. So he calls in to a fellow creator that is covering the Nancy Guthrie case. Seems smart, starts talking, claims that the Porch guy that we're seeing masked on Nancy Guthrie's porch is his brother. Like, okay. But he's all about these ciphers. And then also claims that his father, who has faked his death, is a Zodiac killer. And he's just acting now after the Zodiac killer has been, a lifetime of not being caught. What do you guys think? So we've got a picture of this guy. His name allegedly is Richard Nolette. And he sounds like he's in his mid-20s. But then he's producing a photograph and saying he's 55. And that he shares the same birthday as Savannah. He claims that his family, his brother and whatever, are Satanists that kidnapped Nancy. Now it gets kind of strange because it does get into the snow moon. It gets into astrology. This guy is no dummy. He is an intellectual person, smarter than me. But does that make what he says the truth? There's so much to this, and I just trying to wrap my head around it. I want to know what your thoughts are on this. So welcome to 1111 True Crime. Mama D coming at you in the house. Thank you for my live chat. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. We have a beautiful mods with us today from Juniper Swain, Zoe, Jennyville. I think Debbie is trying to get here. She's got some things going on. I didn't see her yet. So hopefully, Debbie Gazzardo, love, you are in our thoughts. Jennyville is here. So Linda Beatty's here. Smudger. We have a full house. We definitely have a full house. My bird Sunny. Oh my gosh. 2 months. Thank you, lovely. I greatly appreciate that for you being a private eye. Our members very much support our channel, and I am so thankful for each of my private eyes. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm talking to my private eyes and to you. I also want to welcome those that are in the live but don't want to chat. Thank you for tuning in. Also, my absolutely amazing replay crew. Put all kinds of little things in the replay lounge for you. Just hunt around. Let me know what you find. And with that, you guys, this gets really concerning on so many multiple levels because he's making a claim that Nancy was put into garbage bags, several, and then netted, like a net put over her and weighted down in a place that is untouchable. Rose Canyon Lake. You can't enter the water. It's federally protected. For the ecosystem, it's federally protected. There'll be no searching, diving, nothing. Why'd the guy choose this? Or did he choose it because he knew then he could never be proved wrong? Or did he choose that because that's where somebody else was like, yeah, I want to put the body and they'll never search there? Or did he choose that because he's actually referring to his brother and his dad that died but faked his death and is alive are just fake people in his mind, and actually he's the one? And is he a new suspect? He says he's talked to the FBI and they just blew him off, right? Or am I wrong? Sounded like he said that he said they paid him no mind. Y'all, if the feds weren't interested, there's a reason. This gets off the chart. Now, when you think about the Zodiac killer, his ciphers are famous, and he flaunted to the police. He flaunted himself to the police. He wanted attention. So it does draw me in because I'm like, this guy is seeking attention. I mean, he's contacting one of us YouTubers rather than like getting evidence together and being like, here's all my evidence. Call me when you have questions. What are your thoughts on all this before we dig in? Nikki says, yeah, very strange. I think he may have mental issues or on something, in your opinion. Linda says, he is very intelligent. I listened to his confession for 3 hours on another channel. My Bird Sunny says, yes, Sleuth Intuition went to search the lake with an aquatic camera. I watched it all. He didn't really find anything we could see. It was so murky, right? I tried to watch quite a bit of it. I'm really worried you're worried for Sleuth's safety now? This guy Richard has been emailing him multiple times a day. That's scary. When I've listened to Richard, I've always believed, and I don't know if you're going to even know what I'm talking about, but I've always believed that Ed Edwards was the Zodiac killer. Ed Edwards is also a serial killer. But, and I'm not going to dig into all the ciphering and how Ed Edwards and Edward Edwards is all through. If you look at the Zodiac, there you can find it. But this guy, I mean, there are copycat killers. Is Richard a copycat killer? I find it so strange. I don't know what to think of it all. It's so strange. Sheely, welcome back. It is scary when you put yourself out there. I was nervous about even bringing this up because even if this is just an unstable individual, he's probably going to watch, since he was so into how his picture was on the other channel's thumbnail. He saw his face and he was like, oh, I'm on TV. You know, it's kind of scary. Sasha says he sent 40 pages to Brian Hinton plus the FBI. So he says. So he said. Doesn't mean he really did it. If he had 40 pages, why didn't he send those same 40 pages to Sleuth? He knows how to email. He knows how to do ciphering. He can figure it out. He's a smart guy. He could have emailed those 40 pages of whatever. But, you know, the Zodiac killer, he's like, yeah, he would take us fishing and then he would kill a girl. And so she's dead and in pieces in that lake. And then we'd go fish into another one of his favorite spots. Why wait till now to say something? Why Nancy Guthrie? Why bring it up in the Nancy Guthrie case? You could have saved other people's lives. If you are so willing to talk, why didn't you take action so much sooner? I don't know. Hello to anyone I missed. Chat is moving fast. Thank you all for being here. Yes, thank you. G. Angel, welcome back. I'm thinking he may be the one we need to look at. I'm concerned that he could be the one. And that all this other crap is just redirection. See, if he is a true narcissist, which, face it, if you went in there and you pulled an 84-year-old woman out of her bed, you don't need to be a doctor to go, that person is all about themselves, could care less, has no empathy for another human life. 84-year-old woman out of her bed, you're a narcissist. Narcissist has a very general trait, and that is that they like the attention to tell on themselves. They like to tell how it happened, when it happened, where it happened, but insert someone else as the perpetrator. So, for instance, maybe they're the ones that have an affair in the marriage, but they'll flip it and say to the wife, if they're the male and they had an affair, they'll flip it on to the wife and be like, I know you're having an affair, and I know when, I know where, I know everything, and they'll put that person as the guilty party because they transfer guilt. Narcissists transfer guilt, but they love the truth to be out there because that empowers them to know that they're smarter than you. That's what they think. This guy has this sense of knowing he's incredibly intelligent. And what has got me a little bit, and it could be a copycat thing, is this Zodiac killer, like, really wanted everybody to know he was smarter than everybody else. He was just outsmarted everybody, the police, FBI, everybody. And he flaunted that. So this is kind of strange. Also, this Richard Nolet is obsessed with Satanism. He knows, and I don't know if he went and watched my channel when we were doing the whole digging into it being February 1st, which was the snow moon, because he brings us all up. That is actually, he talked about a religious ritual, which, if you look it up, it's the M block. And the M block is all about opening and leaving your back doors wide open for the night to let all the past energy out, but exiting through the front. And so that was a big deal that I'm still hung up on. Even though at this point, I do think a dolly was used, and that could also be why the back doors were blocked open. But all of it has me wrapped up in a certain way where I'm perplexed. I can't say he doesn't have my attention, but he has my attention more in a way like, could he be the guy? Could he be the one? I don't know, you guys. I'm going to find out what you guys think. Lane says he mentioned that his family was responsible for Emily Pike. Oh my gosh. You guys, I have a hard time because, face it, if the Zodiac killer did have a family, which a lot of these silly killers, these serial killers actually do have family and lead a complete double life. Somebody had to be their kid. Is Richard the kid? And did he get so messed up? Because I'm sorry, but there's some, I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV. But in my humble opinion, the cards aren't stacking up right. There's like some cards missing out of the deck. Intelligence is completely separate than mental stability. So, that being said, could this person actually, I mean, there's so many ways to look at this. Maybe they had nothing to do with Nancy Guthrie, but maybe they did have something to do with Emily Pike. Maybe they have other things under their belt. Maybe there's secrets in the closet. He talks about his dog a lot, walking. Well, Sleuth Intuition was told, go watch JLR's video on February 10th. And lo and behold, there is a man that nobody, and I say nobody, I'm talking about the other YouTubers that were on the street in front of Nancy Guthrie's house on a regular basis, every single day from early till dark. We know so many of them covered that. They all came together on a live. So Sleuth Intuition shows the video. JLR was on this chat as well. JLR and the other YouTubers that were on that street had never seen the guy before or after this. They would have remembered, they say. This guy that's walking by is bald, and let's look at this dude. Now, I want to say, he claims to know that Nancy Guthrie was put in these black bags in Rose Canyon Lake and netted and weighted down. How would they have gotten in there? That place was closed. It was gated all through until the middle or the beginning of April. Nancy went missing on February 1st. But Sleuth Intuition is the channel. You probably know already. Go give him some love. He's got 23.7 subscribers. We're always supportive of all those working a case. I do feel for him. I'm not a good position often. As a creator, we put ourselves out there and we get into situations we're very uncomfortable in. And so I send him and his family a lot of love. He has young ones, he's a wife, and I just hope that all of him and his family, the ones he loves, are protected. So this is the JPEG that Sleuth is showing, saying this is Richard Nolet. And some of us think that it's possible that the masked guy is bald. What do you think? I got this right off of Sleuth Intuition. What do you guys think of this? Let me catch up on chat because I'm way behind. Shaylala says, I like your name. Richard may have been walking his dog with a big smile. Yeah, the guy was smiling in the video on his face right by the sheriff at a day or so after Nancy went missing. February 10th, he walks his dog. Now, a commenter that is from the area said he ain't nobody that's supposed to, that's from that community. And the reason they felt like that, they said, was because he was walking a pit bull. And this person knew the area and said, no, nobody, no one has a pit bull in that area that walks there on a regular basis. Keep in mind, Sleuth is bringing it up again, saying, hey, Richard Nolet is always talking about him and his dog. This guy looks so much, you're going to have to go watch Sleuth Intuition to be able to see the video of the guy walking the dog. It looks very much like it could be a guy just like what Richard Nolet gave Sleuth as his picture. He even walks like Porch guy. Thank you, Mama Dog. Thank you. Teresa says, is he the one that walked up to the door, then spit on the street in the front of the house? Oh, I didn't even know about that. Deborah says, Richard said his brother Mike is Porch guy. Yep. He made the claim that his brother is the one that is Porch guy. And he recognizes the way the guy walks because his brother had an accident and what have you. He said his dog is a pit bull too, says Sasha. See, that's weird. That is really weird. There's something weird about this. So before I break out what I want to share with you on the facial, everyone matches Porch guy when we do the transition of facial mapping. I've never had that in any other case. So to me, it could be a mask under a mask. It's possible. So what have I been waving around? Well, I self-sponsor and I have a wonderful full-time job in my shop at 1111dex.com where I have wonderful true crime memorabilia. You can get your own coffee mug, which is your True Crime Junkie coffee mug. You can get pens that you write with that say caution, don't cross, murder scene, all kinds of stuff like this. But I also have absolutely exquisite jewelry, and our best #1 seller is our Jersey Girls lotion. Now this is raw cow's milk. It's all organic, and face it, how much crap do we put on our body and in our body every day full of chemicals? So when you put your lotion on and you lather it all over and you bathe in it, it's so wonderful to know that it's all natural and that it's healthy for your body. Isn't that why you're putting your lotion on? So that you have healthier skin? Well, that could be why it's our #1 seller, or it could be because I send out samples and once they use it, we get big orders. Now we have it in different sizes. This is the little size, and this one is peppermint lavender, all natural. I kid you not. And so make sure and check that out. And we do have, I do it every time. I take too much. We do have our deck party tomorrow where we give away free gifts. We spin the Vanna White wheel. It's so much fun. I usually do a true crime video first, and then we just jump over for those that want to break for about an hour and see if you're the winner, because we ship it free, and the gifts can be $35, $45 value. And we usually do an activity together at the end, and it's a lot of fun. It's a time for us to just kind of recharge, get some good energy so that we can come back at these cases and face them head on. Now, this is not something I wanted to cover, I'll be honest. I really didn't want to cover this. And can you please switch your caps lock off, Mama Dog? Oh, Thank you, the full. Yes, unless you have eyesight problems, please do not use all caps. It just is hard on a lot of our eyes. It really is. Yes, when you make a purchase, I send out a free sample. Sometimes you'll get lotion, sometimes you'll get soap. We do also have goat's milk soap, which is also organic, all natural goat's milk soap. And they're from local farmers that have started their own business, and I connected up. And so it's direct. There's no go-between. There's no AI. Nothing. I literally go and pick up the soap from them, or she comes to my house. And so, and the lotion too. And what a blessing. But I am in the heart of Dairyland. And I'm just really, really honored that, and we've been using this lotion for months. I love it. So that being said on that, let's get back into the case. I'm going to grab a drink, wet my whistle. What do you guys got going on? You would like the coffee mug and the Jersey lotion, going to order soon? Well, thank you, Sharon. Look forward to it. And Mama D has the best record ever for shipping, meaning I ship your stuff out within 48 hours of every single order. And automatically you get the tracking number. As soon as it ships, you know where your stuff is. Also, if you spend $50 or more, then the shipping's on us. We have some beautiful sponsors of our shop, and they pay for all the shipping. As well as, you guys, YouTube is now, if you look down below, is sponsoring 1111dex.com, Mama D's shop. I'm so honored and I'm so thankful. And I look forward to seeing your order whenever you're ready. All right, you guys, let's dig into this. Nikki says, I got orange and peppermint lotion yesterday. Smells good. Cheryl says, I also wonder why he chose Sleuth Intuition and not another YouTuber. I think it was because Sleuth was talking a little bit about... Okay, hold on. I'm not sure exactly. But I'm going to hold you up for a minute. I got to get on to... I wanted to show you this. This gets weird. But... So this Richard Nolette, he's smart, but he's been talking about the burger chef Cypher. Okay? He goes on and on about it, how Nancy Guthrie's name appears, his name appears, that they've been planning this abduction of Nancy Guthrie for 6 years. He's obsessed with 6. That's concerning. But when I look up Burger Chef Cypher, it talks about, it's a creative food-themed neography, a created writing system designed for recreational decoding where English is written phonetically using ingredient-based symbols. The vowels are represented by meats, while consonants are mapped to toppings like cheese, pickled items, onions, and condiments. And it's really weird. It's really weird. So it talks about the structure of the Burger Chef Cypher. It says it uses a top-down, column-based writing format, like a newspaper. The system is phonetic, meaning words are spelled based on how they sound, not conventional English spelling. The meat and protein represent the vowels. Cheeses, onsets, only sounds. Pickled items are approximates. Onions are nasals. Condiments are stops. Lettuce used as a component for voicing diacritic. The origin of it, the cipher was shared on Reddit's Neography with the solution found in comments. This was a Reddit thing, and I think this guy is a Redditor. Meaning, when he's... Oh, I didn't show you the website. Hold on, let me grab the website for you guys. There it is. So, meaning... So the Burger Chef murders. This is distinct from the 1978 Burger Chef murders, a famous unrelated cold case involving employee disappearances at a Burger Chef restaurant in Indiana. Okay? Deeper dive. We don't usually do this, but I want to see. All right, let's see. Because this guy, this is what Richard's all about. Like, Sleuth asked him, said, okay, so it was the second interview, and Richard came back, called back in, and Sleuth, Patrick, was like, so you believe your brother is the masked guy on Nancy Guthrie's porch? He didn't even answer it. He went into the next hour, Richard did, of, well, you see, it starts with this Burger Chef cipher, and he gets all into this, and he never answers the question. It's really strange. So, how it works, let me see if I can get this to scroll. Okay. While the cipher is a fun, modern creation, the name Burger Chef itself refers to famous defunct fast food chain that peaked in the 1970s. The chain was known for several industrial firsts. The fun meal, where kids get the toy, kind of like, it preceded McDonald's Happy Meal. And the Works Bar, a self-service topping bar that allowed you, okay? So, I don't know, you guys. When we're looking at this stuff, what on earth could this have to do? Wait, I lost my other screen. What could that have to do with Nancy Guthrie? See, that's the disconnect. I don't understand why he would be taking that cipher and trying to connect that cipher to murders. I don't understand it at all. What are you guys feeling on this? You believe he's in chat now? Most likely. I'm seriously wondering. Oh, you have a sick kitty, G Angel. I'm so sorry, hon. Go take care of your kitty, please. Rye Sullivan, something else that is weird. You're not allowed to go in that lake to search, not even dip your foot in. How did Sleuth search this lake? I'm not even going to touch it. Not my business. Donna says Sleuth Intuition is a fabulous channel. If you listen to him, he's the best one to do this. Things happen for a reason, and God is good. Elias says he's the one with the backpack. He didn't, no doubt about it, in your opinion. Richard is the one, says Elias. The perp at the door has no eyelids. His eyes look crooked, while Robert has no eyelids. All right, let's go look and see. Everybody matches, y'all. Every single person that I've ever transitioned and face mapped for the Porch guy under that mask has matched. From Annie to Dominic Evans to Luke Daly. The only person I haven't tried is Kayla Dady. Tommaso matches, Tomato. Everybody matches. So I'm not sure we're going to have any luck. But here you go. So I took his little face there. I've got the original picture. And I thought, why not? We've done it to everybody else. Let's look. All right. I've got his eyes mapped out. Let me go back. Just make sure I didn't turn it. I've got it all set up here. Are you ready? Let's see if Richard Nolette matches the Porch guy. So I got the Porch guy, mask guy's picture way here. See? And what I'm doing is I have the other guy's picture on top. And I'm going to slowly make the top layer, which is Richard Nolette, allegedly. I'm going to go ahead and make it translucent so we switch over. I'm going slow. But remember, everybody matches. Everybody. and then wear a full mask. We'll go back up and we'll make it be Richard. All right, so right here, first transition, we've got a little bit of Richard, a little bit more. That's the closest to both the mask and Richard we've got. We'll go this way. Now you can see more of the mask guy. Looks like an x-ray of underneath the mask. It does look like that, right? It is strange, but then it matches everybody, always. Now, if you're seeing little green dots, don't freak out. That's me using that as pinpointing the eyes for measurement, so I could make the picture large enough to be able to do this. All right, I'm coming over to you guys. Let's go right in the middle. Tell me what you guys are thinking. Heart Mick says, this guy is a sick person who craves attention, in your opinion. Thank you for sharing. There were 2 men, Elise. You think so? I think it's 1. I think he used a dolly. I really do. Donald says this guy in video looks just like the guy that Sleuth showed. Yeah, I agree. CIJI Hannah. He could be the person some killers want to actually be found, and when they aren't, they play little games until they get caught. I feel you. That's can be true. Michelle Clifford says, I swear it's Annie's eyes. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Nancy probably even matches. I thought of that too. I'm like, Nancy probably matches. Donna says, Sleuth's live yesterday. He showed a picture of either Richard or his brother Mike walking dog in front of Nancy's house. Very suspect the guy was smiling. All right, that's not true. That's not true. That's not what happened. And that's where it gets even more confusing. Sleuth was given a link to an episode February 10th from JLR's channel when JLR was in front of Nancy's house. A man walked by with a pit bull. As he was walking by, he had come from right next to the cop car. He's got that thick neck like Richard. He's got the bald head like Richard. He's got a goatee and a mustache like Richard. And he looked at JLR as he arrived, and he smiled this big smile. And then he continued to walk. But Sleuth never said, this is Richard Nolet. Never. Because we don't know who it is. It does favor him, and we are asking, could it be? That's the thing. But we've got to keep our story straight and keep to the truth. And also, I know for a fact Sleuth never said that, so. My Bird Sunny says, Monk's intrigue, reverse engine, the eyes on today's episode. Sorry to mention other channels. Oh, I don't mind. I'm supportive of other channels that are working the cases. Because, face it, it's not all for one person to do. We all have to be, it takes the entire village to solve the crime. We all have to work together. And though there appears I'm challenging the dudes, you know, I'm saying don't make it all about boy power. You know, girls should get a shout out too once in a while. But that being said, they're covering a case and they're bringing in information and they're working hard. I would love their name to be mentioned. Now, if you're going to mention a channel that is fake AI, I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to be like, no. Or, you know, like I do get people that'll send me videos and they're like, oh, Nancy Guthrie was found in her own backyard. And I'm like, no, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. And then I click the link and I'm like, oh, right off the bat, it's an AI fake crime show. And I report it and I'm like, it's fake, it's bullshit, it's all made up. But if they're really doing the work, they deserve the credit. And when Monk's intrigue reversed the I'm not sure how he did it, but he reversed the infrared in some way, but it wasn't like to color, it just inverted the dark and the light, okay? It showed the man, the perp guy, doesn't blink. How is that possible? Monk's like, tell me how this is possible. And if you watch it again and again, that guy don't blink. Like, it's like, does he have something where he glued his eyebrows? I even have a hard time holding my eyes open like that. But not only does the guy not blink, he doesn't even look shifty-eyed. He hears noises from behind him, and he turned and he looked when he's getting the plant, but he never, like, shifts his eyes and moves it around. It is so bizarre. But yet the camera is reflecting off of his retina. You know, like when you take a picture in the old days with a camera and everybody get red eye. That's because of the retina of the eye is reflecting the flash. And so we have that in the Porch guy. We have that, retina reflection. So it's an eyeball. But how is it that he never blinks? Like, I've watched news broadcasters that are up there and they just don't blink. The only one that doesn't blink is AI. And I'm starting to, honest to God, question if really it wasn't a 4K video. If it was really shitty. And when the FBI enhanced this video, if they enhanced it with AI, and AI forgot to add in blinking. That's how bad this is. The no blinking is just bizarre to me. It's just absolutely bizarre. Aw, Sheila, thank you, lovely, for that order. I greatly appreciate that. Mama D email is just under the channel name. Yes. Yeah. And anybody that would like to share my email, it is rubberducky2005@yahoo.com. Oh my God, I meant Monk. Okay. Monk channel is so funny sometimes. You never know what you're going to see. He is nice. I like the way he does his job. I believe the purpose high, in your opinion, my bird Sonny. Well, if he was, it would explain this really relaxed attitude. Like he's just like, let's see, what can I do here? I know, I'll go get some weed and I'll use that. Yeah, we'll pick this, and I'm going to use that to pop that off. And I believe that hole isn't, the grabbing is not for the doorknob. I think it's when he's trying to remove the Nest camera. So you're seeing his hand go up towards the top of the camera, so it's going to go past the lens. Looks like he's knocking. He's got that weird C shape because you're going to grab that Nest camera, and you realize you have to have something to pop it off. I think many of us come to the conclusion that if you've ever pulled weeds in your life, you can put your whole weight into some weeds that are just this long, especially if you have several. You've made a vine, right? And you can put your whole weight in trying to get it out of the ground. You almost have to like snap it. You can't just do that because they're strong. And if you got that behind, just like Ashley Banfield's brought up a billion times, you get that behind there, you pop the Nest cam. So I think that's what the flowers were about. That's my opinion, though. Send a rose with all the money the special daughter have. Surely she should have the best security cameras to make her mother safe. Okay. I'm going to give you the go. I'm just giving you the go. Because you're right. If I had 1 million, let alone 6 or more, my parents would not be lacking in security systems in today's world. I don't care where they lived. I assure you. There would also be somebody available 24/7 to my mother if she was frail and couldn't even walk all the way down to the post office on most days because she's a fall risk. What happened to I've fallen and I can't get up button? How come Nancy didn't even have a I've fallen and can't get up button? Hold on just a minute. It's my son. And we're live. Aw, my baby who's 23 has a migraine and is getting sent home from work early. He wanted to talk to mom. So when I'm done with the live, I'm going to go see how he's doing. Christine says, I didn't listen to the guy Richard, but I don't believe him. He creeps you out. What are you guys thinking? Let's go back over. What are you guys thinking about this? What? The point on top of the head is too high in your opinion? We don't know because I don't have the top of the mask guy's head. But you are right. I see what you're saying. Let's go over here. But I've cut it off, right? All right, let's go get one where I didn't cut the top of the point of the head off. Oh my gosh, I've got so many videos. I'm looking to see if I go back that far. Nope, that's cut off too. Okay. Nope, that one's cut off too. All I have is the ones cut off at the top, so we can't see the top of the mask guy's head. Remember when we did Dominic Evans? We did Tommaso. I told you. That's only halfway back, too. So, I don't know. Let's look at it again. You want to see it again? Whoops. This one. All right. Let's walk the talk. So we start off, and I made it black and white for you guys. I told you that I felt like this person had hooded eyebrow or eyelids. Well, Richard definitely has hooded eyebrows or eyelids. Can't talk today. I don't know. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this? Nobody talks about the mole bump between the eye and the nose. All right, I'm going to go ahead and come over to this, and we're going to look at this because I want to know what you're talking about. So let's shrink Richard down because I've heard you guys make this comment many times. So, are you talking about this? See, I don't think this is a mole or a bump. I think this is another mask. Right here. And it even casts a shadow right there. Let me undo it. Do you see what I'm talking about? She's talking, saying this is a mole or a bump right there. You seeing it? Have you checked out the bandmate? WG matched up with the mask guy, mask perp guy. I do not know who WG is. All right, so what I find interesting is I take, in my life, I have become a professional photographer. I have to take pictures all the time for my products. And I used to be an auctioneer and have to photograph all the different items for the auctions. In that, shadows do play a part. And we get fold shadows. And when you look at this, this is what I would think is a fold shadow because it's exactly duplicated right here. So this is whatever this is right here. And here is the fold shadow in between here. Meaning, as I said before, it looks like a flap. Now, it could be a bump. You would also get a shadow behind it. But this is what it looks like. This is a mask to me. So the eyebrows are perfect and not manicured because this is a mask, in my opinion, right there. And it comes around, the mask comes this way. And you can see the fold shadow. Let me undo that. We're going to use a different color. We're going to highlight it blue. Let's see if I can do the fold shadow. This part matches that exactly. So with that, that to me is a true shadow. And why? I think this perp is wearing two masks. Here's where I think the other mask is. This is what I feel that the other mask has. Is it goes like this and it's underneath this. And over here, it's got that same weirdness, only it doesn't show as much. So let me shrink this down. Okay. To me, this mask goes like this. And that's, oh, why I said do that to me. Okay. All of this would be mask. Showing through. And you can even see this hardcore line right here. Let me undo this. Look close, you guys. See this straight line that almost cuts the eyelash off? I can't draw straight to save myself, but here we go. See that hardcore line? That's because I feel like that could be part of the mask. All right, let me get all my googly off the board. Let's go back. But I do see the bump. I do see the bump of what you're talking about. But I just do not feel that it is a... Maybe it is. Maybe that's a big mole. Whatever it is, it's lifted from the face to cause a fold shadow behind it right there. And because it's an identical shape as this right there, I can't do it. It's too hard. It really makes me think that there is something to that. A got change could mean as a bad person he is called Mike, as a porch guy, then after the crime he's a different name. Likewise, the same person with different names like Superman and the DC comic heroes. Interesting. They're going to start coming out of the woodwork. That could be too. That could be too. But the walk matches Tommy. A lot of people, including myself, cannot deny that the gait of Tommaso, it looks so much like the way he walks. The photo is nothing like the porch guy. Okay. Rizbiz says Walter Gonkov's is WG. He was the third bandmate with Tommaso. Oh, so it's Gonsalves. He is a public defender in the Tucson, and there are more recent pictures with good ones of his eyes. All right, well, something to think about. Could it be a bandana? Maybe. I do think it's a double mask. I really do. So does Eileen Corley. He doubled up on gloves. He doubled up on what appears to be his jacket. Why wouldn't you double up on a mask? You know what I'm saying? Like, that way, whatever they're looking at, they're not looking at you. Something there. Lottie, welcome back. I thought there's a second mask too. The things people say our eyebrows are shadows from the mask, though. Right. It is Annie, says KCDA King. Thank you, lovely, for your opinion. And yes, all right, you guys, that's what I have for you today. No reason to drag it on out. It wasn't a lot. But I wanted your opinion on what to think on this. But I'm not that great of a judge. However, I am going to pull some cards on Richard Nolette. And I'm going to see, is he telling the truth? Keep in mind, he may believe it, but it not be the truth. Could he be the perpetrator? Is he just absolutely not all there? Unstable? Has he did he deceive himself? Is the Zodiac Killer really his dad? Is Mike his brother, the porch guy? I don't know any of these answers. So, if pulling the cards on Nancy Guthrie and Richard Nolette is not your thing, then just skip this next step. I'm going to go ahead and do it, and those that are interested can join me the first time this next live. I will be doing the reading and have control of the questions and see what the cards say. Then we're going to come back together again. And I'm going to hand it over to all the PIs and let them ask whatever questions that they feel is necessary. And we'll pull cards to see what the answers are. I always learn a great deal this way. All right, my lovelies, thank you for hyping me up after the video is no longer live. Thank you so much for subscribing and giving an A+ to me to YouTube. And that's what you do when you hit that like button. You're giving me the A+. You're giving me a gold star. And that's the reports I've been getting from I almost said Amazon. That's the reports I've been getting from YouTube is gold stars. And that's because of you. So humbly, thank you. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the orders. Thank you for everything. I'll see you again very soon. I love you so very much. I truly do. And I love you to the moon is back. I'll see you again soon.
From the dust I was born, to the dirt I shall return. When my eyes are closed, in the shadows, my enemies will think they won, but I'm here to stay. Destiny